Perhaps I love you, too. Yes, I think I do. I think I am in love with you. That doesn't mean I want to be. If I stay in a dark room and do as the doctor says and take plenty of nourishment, I'll get over it.
Mary, listen to me. I haven't slept. All night long I've walked the streets. I don't want... Oh, I know this is a rotten thing to say, but I need you. It's you I want, not Connie.
Oh, dear. Can't you be loyal with anyone?
What do you mean?
Well, you're married to her, aren't you? Now I think you'd better go.
All right. All right, Mary.
Doesn't want Connie. What's a fine time to think of that. Keeping me waiting at a church all day and... Oh, no.
Mary. Here, have a cigarette. Light?
Thanks. Well, why don't you ask me what happened?
I don't have to. I saw Dill's face on the way out.
You know, Jefferson, I can almost tolerate myself again. I've said things that I didn't know I could. Horrible, mean things. And it felt so good. And you know, you're going to take me out to dinner tonight, Jefferson. I want a good dinner and I want to dance.
Dinner?
Mm-hmm. With you and Shep and Paula and anyone else who'd like to come.
I see. I'm Papa.
I'll wear my new white evening dress.
Who are you trying to make jealous?
Oh, Jefferson, now girls don't do that sort of thing anymore. But you can send me flowers if you like. Heaps and heaps of them.
No. Nothing doing. I sent them already.
Jefferson Tingle, you never sent me flowers in all your born days.
No? Well, it so happens that the day before yesterday I sent you some cornflowers. But you've probably forgotten. Well, I'll see you tonight.
Why, Jefferson Tingle.
I tried to get her to come. I said, Mary wants you to come, Paula. But she said she was just too upset.
There, what do you think of that, Jeff? I'm jilted at the altar, and Paula is so upset she can't come.
Iron nerves, Mary. What do you say we have something to eat? I'm hungry.
Don't be common, Mr. Tingle.
What about a steak all around?
And what else do they have? Steak.
I'll have a steak, please, Mr. Tingle.
Very good, Miss Clay. Anything else you'd like?
Yes, a smile, Mr. Tingle.
A smile? How's this?
Gruesome.
Well, I'm sorry, but that's the best I can do.
What's the matter with you, Jeff? We're supposed to be on a party.
Yes, whoopee! We ought to have noisemakers.
Mary, you're beautiful tonight.
Thank you, sir.
If you ask me, Mr. Dillon Todd is a dope.
Who asked you?
Well, don't you think he was a dope?
I try never to think about anything.
Yeah, well, that's nice. That's loyalty.
Yeah, well,
I
Stop
still
it,
think
stop
he's a dope.
it, stop
So do
it.
you.
I won't have you men quarreling over Carlotta, the dance hall girl. She isn't good enough.
Well, I'll have my steak rare. What about you, Mary?
That guy is hopeless, Mary. That's all. He's hopeless.
Good evening, Miss Barnes.
Oh, good evening, Alfred.
We haven't seen you for a long time, Miss
No,
Barnes.
I've been away. Is Mr. Todd here tonight?
No, I haven't seen him, but would you wait?
Yes, give me a table, please. A quiet one, Alfred.
Right this way, Miss Barnes.
Jeff, you're marvelous. I'm glad you brought him, Jeff.
Just Papa, that's all.
Look,
What's the matter, Mary?
am I hysterical or is that really Connie Barnes coming through that door?
It's Connie, all right.
Connie Barnes. She's heading right for us.
Oh, let's get out of here. I don't want to see her.
We can go upstairs. Come on.
No, I won't. I haven't done a thing to be ashamed of. Sit tight, Mary.
Mary, if I were you, I wouldn't go looking for trouble.
My Connie, how do you do?
Oh, good evening.
Well, hello, Connie.
Oh, Connie.
Hello, I was looking for... I told Dill I'd meet him here.
We just ordered. Won't you join us?
Why,
Oh, we'd love to have you, wouldn't we, Jeff?
What? Oh, yes, delighted.
We're celebrating. Paula couldn't come, so you can have Chef Connie.
well, thank you. That's very sweet.
Sit down, won't you? Sit down, Chef. Sit down, Jeff. You're not going to stand up all evening, are you?
We'll clear the ring when we hear the gong.
Oh, shut up. Sit down.
Well, if you think it's safe, have a seat near the door, Chef.
Thanks.
I know what you all must be thinking.
Yeah? You're good.
Jeff, please.
Miss Clay, I'm glad we had this chance meeting. I feel there's some sort of explanation, do you?
Explanation?
Yes, it was really unfortunate. I mean that our marriage should have to be at such a time.
Yes, it was a bit inopportuno.
I'm so sorry. I really blame Dill. He knew how it was with us.
And just forgot for a time.
Yes. And you are attractive, Mary. May I call you Mary? I can imagine Dill found you hard to resist.
Hard, but not impossible.
But it's not Dill I'm concerned about.
No.
After all, you're the one
Who lost?
Well, it amounts to just that, doesn't it?
Really, you're not flattering me, Mrs. Todd.
That's it, Shep, outside the rope.
Let's go.
Can't we look at this thing impersonally?
Oh, of course. I'll be Exhibit A.
I like your saying that. To carry out the idea, I'll be Exhibit B.
And Dill, Exhibit C.
It's the new World's Fair, Shep. I'll sell you the popcorn concession.
Oh, Jeff. I know you grew up with Dill. You were taking your marriage as a matter of course, just one of those things.
A love match.
I don't doubt your sincerity, Mary. But I should have married Dill a year ago.
Oh, what's a year, more or less?
When I heard he was going to marry you, I knew suddenly that I had to see Dill again. To know once and for all if he was important to me. Any woman would have done the same.
But not so successfully.
Do I detect a note of sarcasm?
Oh, not a bit. Oh, you have my best wishes. And so has the bridegroom.
Thank you. I wish you'd say that to Dill yourself. Heaven knows I want you to be friends with Dill. I know you can be. I think you're good for certain things in his disposition. Dill is accustomed to going to you. He needs you.
Well, he said he needed me.
Yes?
Yes, he said he needed me this afternoon.
This afternoon? Dill saw you this afternoon?
Yes, for the very thing you said, because he needed me.
Well, you two had a lot to talk about if Dill went to you.
Oh, I think he stopped by the church first to see if she was still waiting.
I see. It's not pleasant to be left waiting.
You should know, Mrs. Todd.
Really, should I?
When did you see Dill last?
Well, what do you mean?
Well, shortly after the wedding, wasn't it? Nearly 2 days. It's a long time for a bride of 2 hours.
How do you know that?
Dill told me.
You've seen? You know where he is? Where is he?
My house.
Where's that?
I've moved.
Answer me. Jeff, what have you planned, all of you? What have you planned?
It's not pleasant to be kept waiting.
Are you insinuating that
Oh, Connie, Jeff, please now don't quarrel for my sake. Fighting in a restaurant is vulgar.
What have you and Dylan planned?
Nothing.
Good. Because Dill and I understand each other. Why, this will all blow over. I know all about your childhood sweetheart. But now he's mine.
He's nobody's. He belongs to himself like any decent human being.
I think I can speak for Dill in that matter.
I resent that. I resent it for Dill.
You might ask him how much he resented what I said night before last.
Oh, you can't hurt me, Connie. Tell me what you said. Or shall I tell you? She'll make you such a good wife. That's what you said. A sweet girl. Go on, marry her, Dill. Forget me and better not think of the things that might have been. That's what you said, Connie. Well, probably not as plain as that, but with the same meaning. Hail and farewell, you said. No, don't kiss me, Dill. Remember Mary, poor dear Mary. And you swept him in with your tenderness. Oh, how beautifully you do it. And once again the world was lost for love.
And it always will be. You'd better learn that.
Rose or pink at your wedding, Connie? Which did you wear? Or blue or green or black or white?
Whatever I wore, it suited the occasion. A grown-up occasion and not for little girls. Good night, Miss Clay.
And good night to you, Mrs. Todd.
Well, you won.
Yes. Yes, I won. But for some reason it tastes a little bitter. Shall we dance, Mr. Tingle?
Delighted, Miss Clay. Excuse us, will you, Shep?
Have a good time, children.
Jeff, tell me, is it true what you said before she hasn't seen Dill?
Not since
He told you?
he went to my house when he left you.
Then at least he meant what he said to me.
He's been miserable, Mary.
Oh, has he? Are you going to tell me?
Nothing. He deserves it.
Oh, let's stop, shall we? I don't feel like dancing.
Come on back to the table.
I'm sorry, Jeff. I guess I'm just all of it.
Mary.
Dill, what are you doing here?
Mary, I couldn't stay away. I've got to speak to you.
Did you tell him to come here, Jeff?
Well, I told him you'd be here.
Why?
Well, he asked me and I told him, that's all.
Well, I guess I'd better wait outside.
No, Shep. Stay where you are. You too, Jeff. He can talk as much as he likes. Well,
Thanks. I won't take long, and I'll try not to embarrass anybody. It's just that I've got to say this.
yes.
It started a year ago.
With Connie?
Yes, in Europe. I saw her for months. Then as suddenly as she came into my life, she went out of it. I felt disloyal to you even then. You see, I'd never thought of anyone but you since I was a kid. But something happened to me. I was fascinated, I guess. When I left for home, I promised her that...
her.
Mary, try to understand me. I was insanely in love with her. It didn't last. When I saw you again, my love for her seemed, Well, it was unreal. That's all.
That's all. Is that the story you wanted to tell?
Wait a minute, Jeff.